Hello and welcome everyone to the Vision to Reality training. Today, I'm so excited for this training. I do have a PowerPoint or few little slides. So I'm going to pull that up, and I don't normally do the little PowerPoint thing, but there is a few slides that I wanted kind of the visual, which I think will help. So I kind of mapped out the slides. A moment. Hopefully, let's see. Let me make this big. Oh, okay. I think we can all see it here. So vision to reality. So this is using your story, your iStory, to create and sell out low ticket offers to quantum leap your unique movement and brand. So I'll go into more of the why behind this. Real quick though, who am I? My name is Shelby, and I'm super excited that you're here. I built a movement called iHesive after losing my eye in a snowboarding injury. And I've really transformed my unique story into this thriving community. And obviously, that's like why we're here today. And what I really learned over building a business and a coaching business and a movement that specializes and specific for people that have one eye, just a lot. I've had a lot of messiness, some failures. I just keep trying in different things, and it's been such a unique journey because I have had mentorship the entire time. I've been in lots of different coaching spaces, and I really found that there's nothing like iHesive out there. It's like when we talk about serving a group of people or a community that relate on one thing, the fact they have one eye, but all of the desires are different, all of their needs are different, all the things are different. So this low ticket structure that I'm going to show you has been the most impactful. And then obviously recently I started offering a higher ticket program, which I do recommend doing higher ticket way before I did. I also, did one-on-one after I started doing low ticket, right off the bat. And then I realized oh, I can do one-on-one, and such a great way to bring in more revenue, especially if you're at the beginning, because you might not have a big audience, and if you're charging lower ticket and there's just a few people in there, it's not going to make a ton of sense. I'm going to show a lot of ways for it to make more sense, but having that one-on-one, that higher ticket, but feeding in these lower ticket regularly. And the way I'm going to show you to do it, so one seeds into the next, and that's just this client journey where your clients keep coming back for more. They have a next step. They are eager to grow and learn from you. You just fill different gaps within your movement. People can keep coming into low ticket, and or they advance into your higher ticket, your one-on-one, if you want support or if you want to offer one-on-one support too, which now my one-on-one support is like the cherry on top. It's like that I don't have to worry about filling that, because when we think about scaling a business, you want a business that isn't trading time for money. So if you're just working with one person and you've got 20 clients one-on-one, that's 20 hours a week, maybe, that you're working, and you can bring them all into a group and you can scale. And these low ticket offers, you can scale. And if you have hundreds of people in them, you're bringing in thousands of dollars. And then it's like seeding into the next offer, and you just continuously grow this experience for your clients. And there's really no cap. There's no specific rules. There's definitely things that work, but you can make up your own rules at any point. And that's what's amazing about the coaching industry, about being a mentor, about serving a movement, about really paving the way and being a leader. You get to do it how you want to do it and keep showing up and serving your community and evolving at any point. And that's why we are here today. It's like I have helped people, and we're going to go deeper into this, at all stages of their eye loss, eye journey, and just getting together and building something that's never existed. And now I see how to do that. And I've learned how to do that in a way that I'm like, I can help someone else drastically scale a business, coaching business, even a product-based business, and do these different offers and serve a different type of community and really, expand within their reach, their visibility, their story, and the amount of people that they're helping. So you're not trading just time for money. It comes from, these scalable offers. And I realized that really early on for some reason. I was like, this needs to be scalable. I want to be able to serve as many people as possible. I think this is like the next. I just didn't want to trade my time for money. I wanted that my one-on-one space to be so kind of sacred, and it's like it's valuable, so it's really important that you're working with in that one-on-one space with clients that light you up, that excite you, that are energized, that are a good fit. And that doesn't mean like, struggles happen inside the one-on-one space, but it does mean that like you're holding space and you're working with people in that one-on-one that can hold themselves as well too. They're self-led. They're not coming to you wanting you to do everything for them. They're a certain type of person that you really desire to work with, and that's energy. That's important. That's money. Like that's mindset. That's your health, your mental, your physical, all of your well-being. So it's like who you desire to, it's like or any other relationship, who you desire to spend that time with and create, co-create with is super important. And then the scalable low ticket offers is really where you can bring in a lot of people, serve a lot of people. And, there's no, again, cap to how many people. I said, like, sell out your low ticket offers. But honestly, like there's no selling out a low ticket offer, because essentially you want to structure these so that there are hundreds or thousands or however many people you want in there. So it's good to put a number on things like that too, because it's fun to hit goals if you like to do that too. But just knowing that like the low ticket are so scalable, and that's really the kind of business we want to create, is a scalable business model, with like the one-on-one kind of being that cherry on the top. But if you're starting out, definitely having more one-on-one clients, you have a deeper or, more cash flow coming in at the beginning, and adding in these low ticket offers at the beginning as well too, to start getting in front of more people. Because what I was doing was these low ticket offers every single month, sometimes twice a month, and I was just selling my one-on-one space on the back end. So getting in front of people and then teaching how we're going to go through. And I'm going to show you exactly how it's going to really line up, because you want the people in that low ticket space to be good fits for your high ticket and for your one-on-one. So it's like you got to market still the low ticket for that ideal person that's going to come into your one-on-one or into your higher ticket as well too. So we'll get into it. And so this was like the real visual part that I wanted to map out. So I have two of them. You don't need two of them, because like I said, iHesive's so unique. I have kind of what we call the vehicle or the client journey, or really my structure. And I have two of them. So I kind of, iHesive, and this is how I started. And then I'm going to go into the second part of this as well too. So you'll have like an overarching like message or overarching thing that you want to help people with. So when I think of just iHesive, my overarching message from the beginning and what I want to help people do is share your iStory. So I do that in every single space, no matter what I'm doing or what the offer is. The overarching theme to everything is share your story. So the easiest way to do this is like obviously sit down and really think about what your message is, and come down to like one line of like your overarching, theme that you want to help your clients do. Obviously, share your iStory is not like super specific, and we're going to get more specific. But if you have that kind of overarching theme that you help people do, and then knowing where all of your micro offers lead into. So it can either be, again, another low ticket offer, your one-on-one space, your high ticket, or mine is my 1IRA membership. So I'm trying to drive as much traffic of the right people, and that's why the messaging is so important, into the One Eye Era membership. So I sell all of my low ticket offers by themselves, or they're included in the One Eye Era membership, which just brings more value to that space, brings more people into that space. And on the back of my low ticket offers, I'm always promoting the One Eye Era membership, because that's where you get everything. And that's really the space to be in my world if you have one eye. So knowing that, I also know the type of people I want in the One Eye Era membership, and that's where we get down and deep further. So also, when we talk about memberships, and we'll kind of get into this deeper, I don't recommend, like, if you're at the beginning starting with a membership, it is something you want to make sure that you have a base of a good amount of people to come into, because if not, you're going to have a membership with just like 3 people, and that there's nothing wrong with that either. And it will grow. But I would recommend, if making sure that you do some low ticket things first and you have some engagement, you have some people. What I was doing before, for 10 months, 10 or 11 months, I was running monthly virtual meetups, I was calling them, um, for 10 months, free virtual meetups every month. And like, I was having, 20, 40 people on those virtual meetups. And that gave me kind of that base to be like, okay, this is a paid service now. We're rolling into a membership. There's so much more I can offer. It's not just a meetup. Like, we're going to change your life inside this space. So then I transformed that space into the membership. So, you know, just some food for thought. If you're thinking about a membership, just, I would really consider the hot audience or the flow of people you have right now, and maybe not do quite a membership, but these monthly low ticket offers, master classes, and we're going to those to really bring people into your world, get some hype, get people showing up, getting in front of people, selling, your one-on-one on the back end of that, or your high ticket space. So when we talk about IHESIV here, and I want you all to do this, so I forgot to say to bring a notebook and a pen, but if you have one nearby, you can grab that, and or just rewatch this later and kind of map it out later. So we always want to think about, like, who our ideal client is, like where they're at now, and then where they desire to be. So, and then we have really like 3 to 5 pillars max in the middle. Like, just think about simple. Like, everybody loves simple. Simple sells, complex fails. The more simple you can be, the more direct you can be, the more like just clear and specific. It's just so much easier. So start with like where your ideal client is right now. So obviously with IHESIV, it's the eye loss. They either grew up with one eye, they've recently experienced eye loss, they have one eye, and they're wanting to rise with a global movement of one eye baddies. And this is still very, very, very vague. So wherever your ideal client is, I want you to get even more specific. So, and this will always kind of evolve. So my ideal client now with IHESIV is like these things, like I just said, but they're and I go into like core values or brand values, or just really thinking about who I am and the types of people I like to spend time with. So it's like the people inside IHESIV and that I want in my membership or my higher ticket programs, like they're positive, they're action takers, they're, wanting to live a powerful life, they're wanting to grow, they're wanting to like expand who they are. I don't want people in that space that are like Debbie Downers or really sad. And that doesn't mean that we're not human, and I don't expect people to go through things when they're in my spaces. But the overarching is like, they're here to rise, they're here to grow, they're here to lead themselves. And this has nothing to do with business, because this is just the One Eye Era membership. And so I want to paint this picture too, because if you're not teaching business, like this is how you would still do it, whatever theme. I know Drew's on, and you do fitness coaching. Hi, Terry. Hi, Susan. And so, going into where your ideal client is and getting kind of hyper specific on that person. Like, think about the person that you once were and how you got here, obviously, as well too. and just the type of person you want in your spaces, and you want them to probably be like like a little bit self-led at least. We don't want to be like holding lots of people's hands. We don't want to be trying to like motivate people all the time, because if you're always motivating people, like it's going to be really hard for them to pull out their credit card and pay, or to show up on a call, or to commit to the program. So they have to have some level of motivation themselves. And it's okay that we, talk about fears, because that doesn't mean that motivated people don't have fears. Doesn't mean that motivated people don't have struggles or challenges. They just have different levels of struggles and challenges and fears. So just getting to that nitty gritty of like that person that you want in your space. It's like, and this means all your spaces, so this is where we craft that person. Like I said, it can evolve over time. You'll get more clear. This is something that I'm always working on, like who is it that I really desire to work, like that dream cherry on top, like best client that shows up, that's committed, that does the work, that like is in it, and excited and wants to be here and wants to help the community and wants to grow with the community. So this is where my where you want to start. So you can just get kind of a very simple like ideal client, and then allow yourself to get deep. And some coaches are like, get even deeper, like what do they wear, how much money do they make, do they like drinking like margaritas on the beach, do they like to work out? And I think that's important, too. But don't like don't go crazy, unless you want to. But really, I think what's the most important is just the type of person. So more of like their energy, like their thoughts, the way they show up, the way they take action. It's like, I don't personally drink, but I don't care if my community drinks, and so it's like, I'm not gonna, bring in anything about, sipping pina coladas on the beach. That doesn't mean that my ideal client out there doesn't sip pina coladas on the beach and won't find me, so it's just like, doesn't need to always be like your ideal clients are still going to resonate with the things, even if it's not ideally a match, is where I'm trying to go with that. So, or not like 100% a match. Okay. So where they're at, and then my pillars for Just Adhesive, again, into the membership, we got kind of a lot to cover. So I'm going to try to go through this a little quickly. But when I sit down, again, it's to share your story. And so this really looks like getting, the confidence to share your story, and powerfully like slaying shame. So that's like, the things that I had to really know for myself. It's like, okay, I gotta like share my story, but I know that like that confidence builds, and being more vulnerable and more open and sharing, on social media is different than sharing with on a date, or sharing with someone new in my life, or sharing, so it's like, I know there's layers to this confidence to share your story. And I could literally, and that's kind of what I've been doing, is creating different low ticket micro offers around sharing your story. So it's like, claim your space online, we share it online. It is like, obviously that's what we do a lot in the One IRA membership. That's what we do a lot in the virtual conferences. That's what we do. I could do a low ticket offer where it's like a stage, and people just like pay, and then we do a stage. Like each person has 10 minutes to share their story. It's like, you get to be really, really creative with what your offers are. So hopefully this is like starting to make sense. And then also like slaying any shame. So I do like to work, on fear thoughts, or blocks that are in their way from sharing their story. And we do a lot of that inside the membership. I haven't done too many like low ticket offers on exactly just like that, but I could, so just again, now we start to break it down with like, okay, what is one of the things that, I had to really overcome the fear of like sharing my story, of being ashamed of losing my eye, of, weird date things, or weird things that people said to me online. So it's like, all of these little things could be low ticket offers, because these are the things that your ideal client is struggling with, or has struggled with, and is wanting that like next leap to where they're going. So, and then the next one is like again, just these micro offers that support all areas of becoming unshakable and unstoppable that I've personally mastered. So again, the dating with one eye, the claiming your space online. I said like I had a low ticket offer once that was like how to 10x your life after your life altering injury. That one was really popular that I held at the beginning of last year. I did year 1 and beyond of eye injury. So that was really helping people that were just in year 1. Um, I've done One Eye Era Energy masterclass, and that was really because I feel like I have a lot of energy and I'm like, that's something that people desire and they want to be around that and they want to create that kind of energy for themselves. So it's like I did a whole master class on like creating this kind of One Eye Era energy. Um, and the self-love challenge experience and trying to think. So it's just like sitting down and kind of just making a list, and what really can be helpful, especially if you're at the beginning of your journey or just any part, is just like even I statements like how I blah blah blah. Like that can be a master class. How I blah blah blah. How I lost 10 pounds. How I keep 10 pounds off. How I did X, whatever it can be, like those can be low ticket master classes, like challenges, or you could take the how off and it's just like how to, like more for them, but you can definitely say like how I did this. But here's a little caveat there. You have to first be showing up on social media, showing the world that you're doing that thing. So that when your person on the other side's like, oh, of course she would or he would be running a masterclass on that, a challenge on that. I see them doing that all the time. Like, of course, that makes sense that she would teach that. I see her doing that. So just make sure like you're starting to really think about these low ticket offers that you want to offer and master classes, challenges, whatever. And there are things that you're showcasing to your community. So for sharing your story, I'm up there sharing my story all the time. I'm talking about the negativity. Oh, I ran a master class. Like it's not about the haters, and that was strictly talking about Instagram haters and how to like, and that was again kind of this I need to do that one again. That was really good. And I have way more more wisdom on that now too. But getting rid of like shame around negative comments or things that occur on social media from sharing your story. So hopefully this is like making sense and kind of unfolding for you, where you're get these kind of pillars and then it's like, okay, now I can just come up with these teeny little like micro low ticket offers and start to get in front of people that want that same thing. And I'm talking to the ideal person that I've already created, like their attributes, the type of person they are, their desires, like their core desires. And then, ideally, I'm getting majority of my community to a place where they're creating their own business with their story. Now, I'm well aware that that won't be everybody in the One Eye Era membership or in my community, and that's totally fine because I'm going to continue to support them through these other low ticket offers. And the ones that do want to rise into creating their own business, or they already do and they want to take it to another level, that's where the next piece comes in. So like I said, Iheesive has 2, you just need 1. Like don't overwhelm yourself by this, but I want to give you, this is great because it gives you 2 different examples and breaks it down more, but Iheesive does have 2, but I really would recommend just having 1 to keep things simple. But again, there's no rules, so you get to do whatever you want. So my next layer to Iheesive is like, now you're sharing your story for impact and purpose. You're creating a coaching business and a personal brand. So all of my micro offers for this, which is this offer right here that we're in, would lead to the Visionary Group coaching program, my one-on-one space, or my soon to be mastermind. So then this is how this one, and I'll just read these fast because I have them kind of on slides that break down. So again, now I'm thinking about my ideal client from here. And, if they've been through my world, like this becomes really fun because they're already kind of been through some of this. So now they're like a mentor. I put just on there And then I started to think, I was like, wait, my ideal client doesn't think they're just a mentor. They already like are feeling pretty good about themselves, you know? It's like they're super proud of themselves. They're like, yeah, I'm doing it. Like it's no just, you know, so I'm gonna change that, you know, and that's where this becomes fun because sometimes we like say things and then afterwards we're like, wait, that's not really what I meant, you know, or like that's not how I want them to feel. And, you know, and no like shame. It's like you just do another post or you rewrite it, you know? It's just like just a play on words. So we're gonna take out just because I want it's gonna be something more like a proud, you know, I want my person to already be proud and to like be taking the actions and they've already showed up and they've made great strides. They don't think they're just, but they want to be an extraordinary leader, mentor, and world-renowned visionary. So, and the three pillars I have here, again, it's visibility, being seen, sharing your story, but it's like this next level of like living courageously visible because now they're not just visible sharing their story online for fun. They're being courageously visible to impact the world, to get speaking opportunities, to be on podcasts, to mentor clients. Like they have to live courageously visible on social media. There's no ifs, ands, or buts if they want to be an extraordinary leader, mentor, and world renowned. Um, all right, thanks, Terry.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You know, world renowned visionary. So it's like that's another level of like, you know, being courageous and showing their face and being out on social media like that. And then the living resilience, it's my blueprint for business success because I, you know, don't teach business in the sense that like you're going to be a millionaire overnight. I know we see it on social media. I think it can happen. I've seen it happen to people. I think that's amazing when it does happen to people. It could happen to you 100%. But I also teach this resilience piece because business is a game of resilience. It's a game of that grit, of getting up every single freaking day, refining, implementing, learning, failing, refining, implementing, learning, failing, you know, moving, taking action, you know, being beat down, punched in the face, and then getting up and doing it all over again. So my living resilient is the blueprint for business success. And then living proof leadership, because I'm like, now you're not just like leading yourself like in my, you know, my when I are a membership, I want them to be self-led and helping, you know, in their communities. And now it's like this living proof like leadership online in your containers or spaces as a mentor, as a coach, as a leader. And you have to be showing that and owning that and claiming that and being the living proof for your clients, for the people that you're impacting. So it's a little, you know, you see how it's like a notch above all of that. So wherever you're at, just in your business, you know, really take that time to map out your ideal client, where they want to be. You can just have three pillars right now, five at the most, but like three things that you feel really, really confident that you can help your client do to get here. And they don't have to be, this is another important part. It can be a step one, like they have to master this. And then step two, they have to master this. And then step three, they have to master this. Or it's like in this one, my clients are continuously mastering all of these at the same time. And they're jumping from one to one and refining, implementing, jumping, remastering, relearning, you know, so you can decide depending on the structure of your business. And I feel like majority of coaching businesses, it's kind of like, and that's where it gets really fun because every piece of your low ticket offer is a piece of the puzzle, you know? So like this is just one piece of the puzzle. What you offer when you're talking about weight loss is one piece of the puzzle. And that's why you can create endless amounts of low ticket offers because it's one piece of the puzzle. It's one time of accountability. It's one time of mindset. It's one, you know, meal plan. It's one, you know, piece of the puzzle. And if they want the whole puzzle, they want to go the distance, they want to go deep with you, they're going to do one-on-one and are going to be in your higher ticket program that they're locked in for a certain amount of time. going alongside and not just jumping from puzzle piece to puzzle piece. So, um, and then, so when you map out your three things, you want to again go deeper on these. So I kind of did mine, and which I already kind of broke down just talking about it. But when it's like, okay, living courageously visible, like what does this really mean to my ideal clients and the clients that I want to be working with? You know, it's like they want to show up boldly, even when it feels scary or uncomfortable. Like stepping into into the spotlight with all of who you are and letting the world see your authenticity and power. So when you do this, this creates again more low ticket offers. So I could have a masterclass, a challenge that's like how to create, an authentic brand online, or authenticity in your power with your story. It's like now you get to see how things, when you map out what it is that you're doing with people, and then on a deeper level, like who it's for, because not all people in the world want to show up online in this authenticity and power. So I'm talking to a very specific person. Again, like, speaking up, they're paving the way, they're the first to go. Like, I think about this a lot because of my own journey. Like how much I've had to just go first, even when it like didn't make sense, even when it was super scary, even when no one was watching, even when I think people probably didn't like me, or, thought I was crazy. It's just like the person that I like work with, like I know that they like are ready to go first, they're willing to go first, but like that's really scary. So it's like I could, really support someone in that journey, and that could be a masterclass or a low ticket, piece of the puzzle, on like continuously going first, even when it, is hard, or when no one's paying attention, or when no one's liking, or no one's engaging, like how to keep going first, and what that will eventually create. Sharing your journey unapologetically, even if it's imperfect. It's like I know my journey's been far from perfect, and I think we see a lot of perfect stuff on social media, which is amazing, and it should be like that. It's supposed to look, rainbows and butterflies, but I think there's importance in sharing some of the raw imperfection as well too. And so I want my clients to feel safe to do that as well too. And then again, I'm like really strong believer in creating a space where your people feel empowered to rise alongside of you. So the clients that I want to work with, even on a business relationship, mentor relationship, where they're growing their own communities, like a strong, point of view or value I have is that they're building, communities that feel empowered to rise, along them, which is the clients that I would attract, because that's already who they are. So I'm not trying to, I would never convince someone to do that. Like I'm going to attract those people that want to do that, or already doing that by my messaging. Being that leader that they look up to, the voice they trust, and the movement they want to be a part of. So just again, for yourself, I want you to go in after you have your ideal client, where they're at now, where they want to be, your 3, maybe 5 pillars. Those pillars, I want you to break down at least 5 ideas, and maybe you start by just kind of getting those 3 pillars like in bulk right here. And then from this bulk message, pull out 3 ideas. So for this one, mine's like claim your space online. I could definitely do a master class about, I mean, even this too, because it's like, using your story to sell low ticket, one-to-many offers. And so that creates or that's a piece of the puzzle to be more visible, because I'm on here, creating a space where it's like, just go and be more visible by sharing this work on social media that you're doing. And then, the next pillar that you have, so my living resilient blueprint, the perfect offers. I teach my clients how to create, aligned offers. So it's like their low ticket into their higher ticket, or their next step is their low ticket. So this is where it gets fun. Okay. So if I'm doing a low ticket offer on just how to create perfect offers, that's one topic, that's one low ticket thing. I could charge, anywhere from, I could probably, for creating perfect offers, could be like a 3-day course for like $300, because low ticket, when I think about that, that's anywhere from obviously free to, I've done $11, $14, $33, 115, 200, 300, 333, could be really anything up to, I would say probably that 1,000, $900 is a low ticket offer. Every coach is a little bit different, because I know coaches that their low their low ticket, is it starts at 1,000 is their lowest ticket, and it goes to 5. That's low ticket, because their highest ticket is 200K, and it's like, so everyone's low ticket's a little bit differently. But in my world, for now, my low ticket's, under $1,000. So somewhere in that range. Um, so, and just again, you know, I look at a couple different things when pricing, and we'll talk about that in a second. Because, well, I'll just mention now so I don't forget. So, depending on the offer, if it's something new that I've never brought to my community like this, like I'm really now stepping more into this visibility as a leader, as an entrepreneur, to help other entrepreneurs. So I'm essentially starting over, but not really, because I have all that experience. But I'm at the phase that I was at the beginning, where I'm just getting in front of people. So I'm going to give a lot more free things, a lot more things at a lower rate. You don't have to do this, but I'm just sharing my mindset, because I'm just trying to get back in front of people, my ideal clients, for this. Now, the things that I do for, adhesive, where I've already built that up, I don't have to do as many free things. I still do a lot of free things just for value, and I love the community and I love to support, but I can charge a little bit more. And when I charge, I look at, okay, how many days, am I showing up? What is all entailed? Like, you don't want to sell a 6-week, because I've done this. I mean, it was totally fine, but just knowing, like, okay, so I had a 6-week challenge that I sold for $100, which was great, and that actually probably wasn't bad. But at the end, when I was like, oh my gosh, that was a lot for 6 weeks inside Telegram every single day, something like that could have probably been a little bit more than $100. But at the same time, it's okay. It's living and learning and just playing. And then you get comfortable and you can raise the price. So that challenge, when I run that again, it's going to be more than $100. And I already have testimonies and client experiences from the last Hot One-Eyed Girl Summer Challenge that I ran. So, just play with the pricing. It doesn't really matter. It's like, you just don't want to get into a space where you're like feeling resentful, and you want to like have the amount match the container. So this isn't a pricing, like I could do a whole masterclass low ticket offer on pricing, and going really deep into that. But I just wanted to give you a teeny bit of context on that, because money mindset and pricing and charging is a whole other program, that I could teach on the side as well too. So, but here's where it gets fun. So it's like, okay, I could do a low ticket offer that's like an intro to creating perfect offers, high ticket offers. And then on the back end of that, I'm going to sell nonstop sales. So then I'm going to sell on the back end another little program or a low ticket offer that is an intro or a mini piece to how to keep creating nonstop sales. And one of the ways to create nonstop sales is like, okay, you have a low ticket offer like this, sell on the back end of it. Like, you have to sell on the back end of it, either another low ticket because they need another step, or the high ticket offer. So when I really look at all of this stuff, this is all inside my visionary group coaching program, but I could, sell little pieces of the puzzle one by one at any point. And then all of the members inside the visionary group coaching program get all of this, but like on a deeper level, because we're going into depth inside their own businesses. Because also with low ticket, you're not doing one-on-one support in there. You're just teaching, so your one-on-one support is strictly for one-on-one or your higher ticket programs, if you want it in there. Even I know coaches that don't even do, one-on-one inside their higher ticket programs. I like to still do that, and then just my low ticket, it's just like this, so it's like I'm just teaching, you're taking the information, you're implementing on your own. Yeah, so there's a difference. So, all right, so then the next thing, authority messaging. So again, I could teach a masterclass, a challenge, a 3-day challenge um, on authority messaging. And again, positioning your messages similar to what I was saying, but it would just be going into deeper on this, where it's like the low ticket offer, the person you're calling into that low ticket offer is the direct perfect match for your high ticket offer. Like who they are, where they're at in their business, where they're at in their life, where they're at in their lifestyle, what their goals are, what their desires are. And just because they're coming into a low ticket doesn't mean they don't have money, that they're less than, that they're that they are struggling. And if you position your low ticket for the person that is perfect for your high ticket, it'll be a very seamless transition, or perfect for your one-on-one, it'll be a seamless transition. So the only reason, because I think we often think that, oh, we sell low ticket because people can't afford it, or we sell low ticket because they're not there yet. It's like I like to pretend that every low ticket is for millionaires that have the money, that are going to buy, and like, how would I market to them? And it's like I give that experience as well too. And then it's like an easy no-brainer for the people to come into the next space. So something to think about too, because that's like a trap I see a lot of people fall into, thinking that like, oh, I have to do low ticket. My audience can't afford high ticket. And that's such, again, this would be a money mindset conversation, but I just don't want you to fall into that trap, and to treat your low tickets like people have paid $1 million to be there and they have $1 million to pay for the next space. So authentic branding, I don't want to go into this too, so don't run over, but authentic branding. So that's something else within my business blueprint. Seamless launching. I really think that we overthink launching and obviously there needs to be intentionality behind it, like who it's for, why you're launching it, really what the space is, the outcome of the space, the transformation you want your client to have. But like, especially on a low ticket, we're gonna go into this a little bit deeper, like it shouldn't be promoted or launched for weeks or months, or taking all this like energy to muster up. Like ideally, like it's fast. It's like, okay, I got the idea, let's map it out, let's launch it now, let's refine it. And so just having this energy of like, launching's not taking all of this energy or this toll on you. Obviously, for higher ticket ones, maybe a little bit more structure. And I do teach, there's a pre-sale phase, or even a pre-sale phase. There is your launch phase, and there is a way to do it to keep having sales coming in from the time you launch all the way to the end when you start, and then after you already started the program as well too. But just knowing that structure, but my main goal is that launching feels really fun and light and exciting and easy, and like something you could do like at right now. You get an idea, you craft it up, you launch it, you put it out into the world. Even if you have one person buy, you have one person buy, or you have no one buy, that's okay too, because it didn't take anything from you. You look at it, you're like, okay, what could I do better? How could I refine? Was there something off on my messaging? Okay, let's try again. So that's like my mindset behind launching, especially for these low ticket offers, which are just as important, but I don't want this energy of like, oh, I gotta launch, I'm in the middle of a launch, like I can't do anything, my life's on hold. Like I've worked with clients like that before, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is really exhausting. But I get it, because I have done that as well too in the past with other launches, but come to a place where it just is so effortless and easy, and being able to sell multiple things at once as well too, which you don't have to do now or ever, but it is kind of nice to be able to. Okay. And then living resilient. So again, showing up consistent and never giving up on your vision. resilience isn't just surviving, it's thriving no matter what the challenges your way. This is a business that feels aligned, serves powerfully, and grows exponentially while you stay grounded in your mission. So again, when I was talking about the resilience piece, it's like I'm just not going to let my my clients give up on their goals, their dreams, and to just know that like it's this resilient piece in everything that we do. And I think we already know that. If you're in my world, you've been through something that's already created this piece inside of you that's already so resilient. And that's why this word resonates with me so much. And it's part of my brand. And even on a deeper level, it's like part of my brand messaging. It's part of my offers. It's part of like, what I do and who I work with inside, all of my containers. And then living proof leadership. So the biggest part here, which I was saying earlier, is like whatever it is that you are teaching to your community, that low level offer, your one-on-one space, your high ticket programs, it's like you are the living proof. So you're owning that and you're showcasing that you're the authority in that because you got there and like intentionally and you have the way to help your clients get there. So it's like just being this like living proof and continuously showing up as that living proof and showing the like over and over and over again too, because it's like new people come into our world or people forget or people fall off and come back. And so it's just like this constant kind of reminder and owning in different angles you can do this and to like really share and showcase like your leadership and that you're the living proof that your ideal client wants, and not just to like follow, but like they want to be in, they want to pay you, they want that same experience, they want to do it alongside of you, because it's like you're showing them what's possible, and you embody the transformation and you are helping others to really do that as well too. Yes. So again, extraordinary leader. So this is like my end, where my client's trying to get to. So make sure you have both ends mapped out. So where your client's at, where they want to be, create like 3 pillars. From those 3 pillars, go deep into them. Like maybe you just type up a description of like what that really means to you, your ideal client, like that vision that you have. And then the reality becomes, okay, what little one-liners can I take out of this to make it a masterclass, to make it a challenge, to make it an email sequence that people buy into, like really whatever. So it's like, this is the next slide. So you just pick one topic, decide if you want it to be an hour-long masterclass, a challenge, a conference, a 3-day Zoom event, a membership, or whatever you want to come up with. Like, so that's where it gets to be fun as well too. Like I've done email like challenge before where they could sign up and pay and they got an email every day for 14 days. I've done the Telegram challenges. That's like my new favorite thing. I've done a conference. I've done 3-day Zoom events, 1-hour master classes. So it doesn't have to look like mine. You can totally make up something. It can be an in-person thing if you've got people near you and you want to do a half-day VIP day, or small VIP day. Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like the sky's the limit. So when you've written it out, like don't overthink it. Keep it so simple. Pick a name, of what that could be, a tagline. And maybe if you're able to right now, go ahead and in the chat, put a name of a low ticket masterclass or low ticket challenge, the tagline, and keep it really, really clear and simple. I'll even admit that this one probably, the vision to reality probably wasn't as clear as it could have been. Like, honestly, the name should have been like, sell your low ticket. Like that's how obvious it needs to be. I should have like not done the vision to reality, but I was thinking like, oh, like iHesa's become my reality through low ticket, but to really capture people and to really, you got to kind of dumb it down in the nicest way, but it needs to be clear. So it should have been like sell low ticket offers. And then the taglines like create a low ticket offer and sell it today, or how to create a low ticket offer and sell it today. So, keeping it as simple, straight to the point, and so clear. And there's two other things, and I can come in here. And then my challenge to you is to launch it to your community today, whether that's just one Instagram story slide with like something's coming, and if you don't want to do the whole thing, this would be part of my pre-sell launch. So on your Instagram story, you could post like something's coming tomorrow, keep your eyes here, or like get them intrigued so that people come back and look tomorrow. And then tomorrow you can literally just put up the messaging copy. It's like who it's for. And if you watched my Instagram live, I'm going to come out of here so I can see it all, and then I can pop into the chat in just a second too. If you watch my Instagram live about the marketing, that'll help to break down the marketing. But it's like, again, who it's for, because you know your ideal client, you know where they want to go. And then you have just your one topic. And I would say if it's a master class, like a 1-hour master class, it has like you're just teaching like 3 things in there, or like 1 or 2 things. Like, I know we often want to like teach them everything, which again, I think I did that with this one because I get so excited. And this is something that I'm really working on, where it's like, it's just as clear and as simple, because you want these master classes for them to come on, have ahas, it'd be really powerful, it'd be really clear, it'd be really like direct and to the point. And then it's like the next step is where they get the next step, or the more information. Because if we overload people, then it's confusing. They leave like, oh my gosh, that was so much. That was too much. That, like, what do I do? So just the less is more, and that goes into everything. So, keep it simple, one-liner. Don't overload the masterclass or the challenge or the low ticket offer. Just really share always from your story, experience. I found ChatGPT to be a grateful tool to help organize the thoughts, to create structure or tools. It's fun. Best people have gone through adversities. Yes, perfect. Thanks, Susan. Yeah, ChatGPT can be great as well too. And the more you start to do this, like the more clear it will get for you, and the deeper it will get. So it's really just like, okay, where's your ideal client? Where do they want to be? And then if you have one thing that you could teach today, like put that in the chat. So just one, then that would be your tagline or your title and your tagline for your low ticket offer. You like launch that. Oh yeah, I started to say, so be on your Instagram story slide, like, keep your eye here, get some people intrigued, like curious. They'll come back and look at your story tomorrow. On your story tomorrow, you've got who it's for, what you're doing in it, the type of person it's for, and then it can either be a free thing or you can charge for it. And then just, start getting in front of people off of social media as well too. I teach that so much in my visibility, because every time I get on a Zoom call with new people, especially, they're getting into my membership, they're getting in my one-on-one spaces, they're buying into another low ticket offer or into especially the membership. That's the one that I get, if I do a big community like free event, and then I talk about the membership on the back end, I always have sales into the membership from those spaces too. So, or the challenges that I do and talk about the membership on the back end there. So it's just like that visibility. And then you're giving people a really good experience. They're going to come back for more. They're going to be intrigued. They're going to want the next piece. They're going to want to be in your higher level spaces. So those are kind of like the things. So I want you to like launch things and not wait either. I feel like we often get into this place like, I have to wait. I have to be more qualified. It's like, you're going to suck either way at the beginning. Just like start getting the practice in, getting the reps in, practicing the messaging, practicing the marketing, practicing delivering on a Zoom call in front of people, and doing that over and over. And a low ticket offer doesn't even have to be live. You can pre-record 100% on Zoom, pre-record your whole training, sell it passive, you know, and that you just keep selling on repeat, on repeat. And like, that's a whole other, that's a masterclass in itself, is selling passively and how to like increase sales on that too, with order bumps or, you know, next steps after they watch, you know, the passive training that you sold. So, but you could just do a passive training as well too if you don't want to bring people on a call at a specific time. Just sell the training, you know, or the video on its own. Or it becomes your freebie as well too. So this low ticket thing that you're creating right now could be your very first freebie that you give to people to sign up on your email list, or just as like an incentive to be in your world, or to demonstrate or showcase some of your expertise as well too. So I know we covered a lot on this too. So I said not to do that. So hopefully y'all feel like things are landing here. Obviously Drew will work on this more in the Visionary Group Coaching Program. Susan, I know you're in the One IRA membership, so we can kind of work on this inside that space as well too. You know, obviously on this call, the next steps would be the One IRA membership or the Visionary Group Coaching Program. So Susan, that could be an absolute next step. I'm not enrolling right now, but I have a wait list. So if you want to get on the wait list, you can. I'll be enrolling in that in the new year in January for the next round of that 4-month coaching program that literally goes through what I just was kind of structuring or talking about, but in deeper. So it's like the living proof leadership, the living courageously visible, and the living resilient business blueprint. So yeah, that could be great next step. If you want to get on the wait list, DM me. Of course, I have one-on-one space as well too. But yeah, this was the training. If you have a quick question, I know we're right at time, but I'd be happy to answer a quick question. If you have one, you can drop it in the chat. Again, if you want to ask me if you've got the name of your first low ticket challenge masterclass offer, if you want to put that in the chat and you want me to answer if I have any feedback on it. Now I'm losing, I got so excited. Put any feedback on it, let me know. Be happy to. But yeah, if you have the name, the tagline, you can drop that there too. And then or any other questions. And if not, we will wrap up our call. We good? All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And that does complete, oh, wait. Okay, perfect. That does complete our call, Vision to Reality. This is something you can go back to and watch at any point. Really, you know, again, structure out that kind of little blueprint for yourself, that vehicle for yourself, because this also, when I am like, I think about it as being in a vehicle. So it's like, I know where my client is, I know where they want, I know my steps, how I get there. It's like blinders are up, you know, and when I get deeper in each of those things, it's like, okay, the creativity, the energy, the juices, like I'm not looking around at what people are doing. Like I'm in my vehicle, my blinders are up. I know how I'm helping people. I know what works because I've done it, you know, so it's just like kind of that energy too, where we get really, you know, mapped out like, okay, here's I'm in my vehicle, I'm going down the fast lane, this is, people are coming with me, you know, or they're not, but either way I'm going, you know, and then people do come with. So that's essentially maps out your vehicle, and that's really how you're going to help your clients get from point A to point B, and then from that sprinkles all of your low ticket, and then all of that is essentially a high ticket too. Okay. Well, thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And it was so good to see all of you on here again too. Good night.